All right, it's Wednesday, February 14th. I'm just following up on the SPY again because I shot some morning videos how I was going to buy this breakout here, which I did. And now you can see we're reversing to the downside. So in a moment, I'll show you. I took a very small loss on these call options, and I just reversed to buying put options here. And well, first I'll show you that I bought the SPY. I bought the calls at 603 and I had to exit. They got up to like 675. I exited at 584 for a small loss. And I just bought these 499 puts at 309. They're up to 333 now. So we'll see what develops here. So I reversed from the calls to the puts. And the reason I did that is because this should have been a very powerful breakout. 3 bars pausing, big green bar, and instead it failed. And it looks like we're going to see now. I'm going to take a chance, that we come back. If we can get through that midpoint of that first bar, then we could be heading down to take out that low. And at that point on the daily chart, which is now turned red a little bit, we're getting through the open. We can get back, if we take out that low, we could be started headed to the midpoint of the prior day. I still know on the weekly chart we're red. And even though we had that big down move yesterday, we didn't quite reach the weekly low yet. We still have a few days to go in the week. So there's still a little bit of short-term continuity to the downside. The daily chart has turned red. So this could be just a little brief 2-up failure into this gap given the opening price action. So I'm going to take a chance, or just given the price action, I bought the calls here. I reversed. I'm going to buy the puts and see if we can get through the lows of the day as a first target. I'll see if that becomes the high of the day on bar 4. And that gets back in line with kind of the weekly chart that started down, kind of moved up a little bit to this gap, but clearly at the open is failing to continue higher. And this should have been a powerful breakout. So again, just some of the logic here about how opening price action aligns with the daily charts and some of the, the context in the big picture where our weekly chart's at, which is red, and how the daily chart might fail into a gap, which I always knew was possible on this breakout. I thought we'd get 2 pushes up first before a failure, but it looks like maybe we're getting the failure right out of the gates here on that first move up. So in the puts now, we'll see if we get to the lows of the day. That can set the chain reaction to get to the pre-market lows down here and start getting back, into yesterday's, range near the bottom. So let's see if that unfolds here. Again, if we can get to the lows of the day, which is the first target, you can always scale out there and set up an overs trade. Could have scaled out here and set up an overs trade. I decided to hold on and, had to take a small loss. So we will see now if we continue lower for the rest of the morning and for the rest of the day.